Okay, well, wow, talk about being brightly backlit. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Athens. Yeah, we are in the Plaka at the foot of the Acropolis, basically, and we are just having some coffee and tea before we head up to the Acropolis and hopefully take you on a tour. We say hopefully.
And give them an opportunity to ask questions
Yeah,
and talk about sites they want to see.
yeah, so yeah, hopefully we'll actually be able to take you on the live stream. Yesterday we went to Delos and they saw our little tiny gimbal and they told us, no, you can't film here, you can't use that here. Meanwhile, we start walking around. What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
The cat.
Oh,
He climbed that tree.
oh,
He was very
kitty,
interested in that.
kitty.
I think he was coming down from the netting.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that was too funny.
Anyway,
Anyway,
kitty antics aside.
There's another one coming down the tree.
Oh my gosh, that seems to be a kitty place, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I started this morning off right. We sat down in this cafe, Efcharis, and it's in the Plaka, which is the old neighborhood, the old village-like neighborhood that's surrounds the Acropolis at the foot of the hill, basically. And I slid my chair in using my hands, the way one does, and I found a nail sticking out and sliced my finger open. And the only Band-Aid they had was this thing that is meant for gaping wounds caused by knives, I think. So there it is. Yeah, they did. They did. There will be no more cutting myself on that one. Yeah. So yeah, it is about 11 o'clock here in Athens, and the tourists are already out in spades, of course. Took us a little longer to get here than we would have liked because there was some waffling at the metro stop. So we're on a cruise, and we came in on Queen Victoria at Piraeus, and we then walked from I think possibly the furthest berthing you can have in the port of Piraeus all the way to the metro stop. And it was not a 40-minute walk like some people thought it was, but it wasn't, it isn't right around the corner. Good morning, welcome to Athens. We are in the Plaka, and we're just having some coffee and tea before we head up to the top of the Acropolis. And as I was saying, in Delos yesterday, we were streaming and ready to go in and show you this ruined city that's sort of like a less well-preserved version of Pompeii. And they saw the guards at whoever they were, the museum site operators at the gate saw our gimbal and said, no, you can't film here. Meanwhile, there were plenty of people filming all over the site. So I don't know what that was about.
I think it was the gimbal.
Yeah. It was probably the gimbal, but we're hoping to take you up to the top of the Acropolis today, shortly after we have our coffee. So that's why this is entitled Brunch in Athens, because we're about to have some brunch coffee, and then we're going to head up. And we're going to stream the whole walk along the way, because the neighborhood, the Plaka, there's a reason it's a highly touristed part of Athens. It is a really charming part of Athens.
Somebody already?
Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, so good morning. So if you have any questions about traveling in Greece, traveling in Turkey, about cruising, you can go ahead and pop those in the chat as well.
We can start with talking about the train station.
Yeah, so the last time we were in Athens was in 2013, and I will say that the metro network and the train network was much less well developed than it is now. Greece has made big strides in improving its product. So you can now take the metro, a beautiful, shiny, clean, fast, efficient metro from Piraeus all the way to Monastiraki, and you can either take the green line or the blue line. We took the blue line, so I can't say anything about the green line, but the blue line is shiny and new and wonderful, and it was cheap. It's €1.20 per direction, €2.20 for two trips on the metro. So one trip here and one trip back. And yes, it's only 7.8 kilometers, and yes, we can and have in fact walked that. but maybe you would like to save your legs for walking around up to the top of the Acropolis and then around the hill. So it's unfortunately, there seem to be no bathrooms anywhere. Yes, that's me.
There you go.
Thank you. Yes. My Greek coffee, everyone. This is so yummy looking. Oh, it smells delicious.
Don't burn your tongue.
I'm not going to burn my tongue this time. Yeah. It smells absolutely delicious.
Just together, it's really hot. I asked if you English perfect. If not want anything else, it's done.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Good morning, JS. Welcome to Athens. Welcome to the Plaka. So there are no bathrooms. There are no bathrooms in the metros. There are no bathrooms in the train stations. So just be aware of that. Oh, we have someone from Korea. Tulsa. Tulsa? Go look at that more closely. The characters are so small. Yeah, Tulsa. Tulsa, welcome to Athens. So keep that in mind. There are no there are no restrooms as far as we can tell in the metro stations. And there don't seem to be public restrooms in any sort of regular intervals here in the Plaka. So if you need to use the bathroom, unfortunately, that means you're going to have to actually get a seat at a cafe, pay for a beverage, and then at least you get access to a bathroom. So we are here actually at Athens, and it's a pretty nice, has a really nice vibe. It's got fantastic decorations, very friendly staff, and we are just enjoying some time here. Oh, thank you, Ja Kyung. It's very kind of you. I'll just show you what things look like here. So this is the inside of the restaurant. And then this is the street view. Right, so we're right here on this small, very highly touristed pedestrian area. So yeah, Condottiero. Right, so it is the only ways that, as far as we can tell, to actually get access to a bathroom is to actually, sit down at a cafe, order something, and then at least you get access to their bathroom. How was the bathroom?
That was perfectly
Clean. To a clean and very nice bathroom. Now, I'm having so-called Greek coffee.
It was gender neutral.
And many of you are going to be shocked to hear that Greek coffee is very much exactly like Turkish coffee. Good morning, Jocelyn. Welcome to my channel. Lucky Guy, good morning. Welcome to the Plaka in Athens. We're just enjoying drinks and the atmosphere, and you can hear the sort of pseudo-traditional Greek pop music playing in the background, maybe. It's a radio station. It's a Greek radio station, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so we are excited to get up to the Acropolis. We haven't been to the Acropolis in 12 or 13 years, which means they have been restoring it bit by bit, and so I'm excited to see what has been rebuilt since we were last there. And I thought I would give you a little bit of talk about what the Acropolis is, why it's so famous now, before we actually get up there and then look at the sites together ourselves. And we will also be walking you through the neighborhood. So it's going to be quite an adventure, because the Acropolis is called that because it literally means high city, and it's on the top of a fairly steep plateau through a very lovely neighborhood. Which means the Acropolis has been inhabited for literally thousands of years. Excavations show sites finds dating back to the Middle Neolithic at least, and the sorts of objects that they found up there from the Middle Neolithic are very similar, if not exactly the same, as the sorts of objects from human habitation that they found, say, in Africa. So it shows there's major connections, even in the Neolithic era, between Athens and the continent of Africa. Of course, as time went on, people continued to inhabit the Acropolis. One of its benefits, other than being the high ground and highly defensible, is that it has springs. There are springs at the top of the Acropolis. So unlike many hilltops or mountaintops where they have to come up with cistern systems to store water, the Acropolis has its own springs, which makes it highly defensible. And it means that you can withstand quite a siege there. So in the Bronze Age, during the Mycenaean era, there was a palace up there. Now, they only have very few remnants of the palace because the site was continuously updated, inhabited, expanded, things destroyed through invasions and fire. but they do know there was a palace up there, and that big major cyclopean walls were built around the site at one point. Now, the sites that are up there now, they all pretty much all date to the era of Pericles, to the 6th century BC, and mostly are the result of his building project up there. Because, you know, if you're a tyrant, if you're a dictator, the thing you want to do always is build a bunch of monuments for which people will remember you forever, granting you immortality. And in fact, we are still talking about Pericles to this day, which shows that it works. Building massive, beautiful structures that last basically forever, it works as a form of famed immortality. Yeah, 안녕하세요. Good morning, greetings from Korea. We actually currently live in South Korea, but we are right now in Greece. So yeah, welcome to all of my South Korean followers. I hope you enjoy what we have planned for you today. If you have any questions about traveling in Greece or Turkey or around Europe, about cruising, you can pop them in the chat and I'm happy to answer them. Yep. Beautiful morning here. Temperatures, I would say October is probably one of the best months to visit Greece in general, in the Mediterranean. November, unfortunately, is rainy season in the Mediterranean. So it's also the low season. So in terms of tourism, you'll have minimum tourists, but there will be rain. And because they pave everything in stone and marble in the Mediterranean, it gets really slippery. So November is a really nice time. It's dry, temperatures are beautiful. Let me just show you one more time where we're at here in the Plaka. This is our cafe for our brunch. And this is the view from where we're sitting. We're here at Efcharis, some of you might say. It's my travel companion. Yep. So yeah. Let me see. Pericot. Oh, what have our adventures been thus far? We went to Delos yesterday. And Delos was the site of the Delian League. For those of you familiar with ancient history, the oracle at Delos was there. And basically what it is now is very much like a less well-preserved version of Pompeii, but it does have some really beautiful homes they have excavated with gorgeous, stunning floor mosaics that you can go and get pretty damn close to.
The jewelry that they found there.
Yeah. The museum has, and I'm going to be posting this, the museum at Delos has some amazing jewelry, stunning artifacts of daily life to show just how sophisticated life was on Delos in the Hellenic period and then the classical period. It's a massive site, so really you could easily spend the whole day there from morning until night. So if you're on a cruise, your best bet is to get off the cruise ship as soon as you possibly can, because the earliest ferry is usually at 10 a.m. And if you miss the 10 a.m. ferry, then you have to wait for the 11:30 ferry, because they only run once every hour and a half, especially in October in the off season. So that means that if you miss the 10 a.m., you have to wait an hour and a half, and the last ferry back is at 3 p.m., which doesn't give you very much time for a site that is literally the size of a city. You're basically wandering around the ruins of an ancient Greek and then ancient Roman city that has been massively excavated, and a lot of it's been reconstructed to a point. It is not as well preserved as Pompeii, and certainly not as well preserved as Herculaneum, but I definitely recommend it. If you're in Mykonos, it's definitely a great thing to do. Oh, sorry, am I speaking too quickly? I apologize. I'll slow down. Sorry about that. Yeah.
It will cost $25 to get out there.
Okay, so Delos is an island, a little island off the coast of Mykonos, a slightly larger island in Greece. And if you want to visit Delos from the cruise port, it's going to cost you 25 euros round trip just for the ferry. So if you're in Korea, then 25 euros is about 30,000 won, maybe 35,000 won. Oh no, it's probably 35,000 won, euros. 35,000 won round trip if you're speaking Korean currency. And it's a 25-minute ride one way, so it's a pretty short ferry ride. Nice nap, actually. Makes for a perfect restorative nap. And then Delos itself, yes, it costs money to enter ancient ruined cities. Delos itself costs 20 euros. That's about 25,000 won, 27,000 won, just to get into the city. So Delos is not an inexpensive excursion. It's actually rather expensive. Yep. Sorry about that, Jakyong. Yeah, it's actually a rather expensive excursion. So you have to decide if it's worth it. Honestly, it really, Delos does deserve a whole day. But if you only have the ferry, you only get the time of the ferry. And in the off season, the earliest ferry is at 10 a.m. going to Delos. The latest ferry coming back is 3 p.m. and most cruise ships leave by 5. So you don't really have many options. But you know, for the money, do we think what's our assessment? Do we think that the 45 euros was total per person for the trip was worth it?
Yes, but only once.
No. So the 40, we felt that, granted, we're middle income people, so we're, we have a decent income. 45 euros per person total to see Delos. I think it was worth it. Yeah, especially with the museum finds. No, don't apologize. No need to apologize.
It's a conversation.
Yeah. It's a conversation, and if I need to speak more slowly, that's perfectly fine, really. I have developed a high-speed Telecaster style narration because most people have short attention spans, yeah. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to like, and if you'd like to follow me, continue following me on my travel adventures here currently in Greece, through Europe. I'm heading from here to Katakolon, and then to Barcelona, and then to Germany. So travel adventures will be continuing for the next couple of weeks. So if you're interested in coming along with me on my journey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And of course, like if you're enjoying this. Where do I get my money? I work hard. I teach cooking and dancing and sewing, and I do translation work. So no, this is not how I make a living. I do not make almost any money from travel content at all.
Zero still.
No, we have one channel member. I have one channel member now. Yep, we have one channel member, Tanya, if you're out there, appreciate your support. Yeah. So yeah, I teach, I do medieval living history, actually, and I do a lot of research into historical arts and crafts and dance and music and fashion, and I actually travel around the world and teach. I teach, and I share my knowledge, and people hire me to consult on novels and movies, and yep. Also people hire me to help them. I make clothing, I sell medieval historical garments, so yeah, I earn money in a lot of different ways. And the translation work is unfortunately almost done, honestly. Thank you, ChatGPT and co. But there it is. So I now make my living by teaching useful skills, actually, and what I think are very interesting skills to have and very useful, and also a good way for people to relax and pull themselves out of the panic of the modern world. So yeah. So yeah, if you're just joining, we are currently in the Plaka in Athens. We are at the base of the Acropolis, and we're here at Efcharis just enjoying some tea and coffee before we head up to the hill. Yeah, thank you, Minx. If you're interested, I have a medieval stuff channel, the Creative Contessa, my sister channel, where I share all the knowledge about, I share lots of content about medieval living history, about medieval clothing and dance and music and cuisine. Do a lot of live streaming from there too. So yeah, check out the Creative Contessa if you're interested in creative things. Yeah, welcome to my community, Minx. Yeah, I have many interests. Travel is just one of them, and I love sharing my passion, and I love sharing my adventures with people. Yeah. Yeah. Tulsa, I am sorry, but the the Hangul is so small it's hard to read on my tiny little screen. Yes. So yeah. So yeah, if you have any questions about travel, just pop them in the comments and I'm happy to answer them. Oh, you want to see the view? Hold on. So we're about to head off. I'm currently just drinking my coffee, but we're about to head off. And we'll be taking you through the medieval part of Athens, right? The classical part. This is the inside of our restaurant, right? And then this is the view from the street. My cameraman, companion in arms, what's the other, partner in crime. Yeah. So yeah, it's quite lovely here. So we will be striking out very shortly. I'm just enjoying my coffee. And oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to take you through the beautiful neighborhoods here. It's a perfect morning, I have to say.
And as soon as we leave, there's ruins just right
Yeah,
there.
as soon as really, so one of the things about Greece is that you can't throw a rock without hitting ancient or medieval ruins, ancient or medieval buildings. They're all still here. So as soon as we leave this cafe, you will be able to see the Acropolis from below, and you will be able to see some really lovely ancient ruins. Now, of course, here they get very tired of the ancient ruins, right? They're done with them. They're tired of trying to build new buildings and finding yet another historic site. Hashtag Greek world problems, I guess. Yeah. So let's see. To get here, yeah. So my biggest tip for Greece is when you find a restroom, use it, because they are very far and few here. We have yet to see a public one. For my Korean friends, you should be very proud of Korea because there are plentiful public restrooms everywhere. They're clean, they're accessible, and they're nice. Okay, Minx. Well, I hope to see you. I hope to see you again. Welcome to my community. Thank you for joining.
Don't forget to come back and watch the rest.
Yeah, don't forget to come back and watch the rest. Oh, wait, Minx, you said it's glitchy. Is the screen pixelated? Let me check. I can monitor. Let me see how it looks. Let me tell you, we've had the biggest problems with internet in Greece and Turkey. It's been very annoying, actually. Let me check it out. Here, you see if. Yeah. Is it glitchy on my end or glitchy on your end? Could you let us know? That might explain the low viewership. Yeah, we've had such problems with internet. We actually paid extra for high-speed internet access, and some parts of Turkey and Greece have just been absolutely terrible for it. And unfortunately, I think these historic buildings are actually really good at blocking the internet signal. So even if the ancients had had internet, they probably couldn't have had it in their homes.
It's clear on ours.
It's clear? Okay.
Kunde.
Let me see. I'm trying to read this Korean. Kunde tangshin. Yeah, tangshinon. So that's you.
I know, if you can see it
Yeah.
better on the phone there.
Kunde tangshinon. Oh, yeah. Tosa, unfortunately, my Korean is like 4-year-old level. So yeah, I could speak and read and write in Korean like a 4-year-old. I'm afraid your sentence is too long and complicated to me. Good. Okay.
Maybe saying that they've gone there 30 years ago.
Ah, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then somebody else wrote
Good.
it.
Good. Does that mean good? Are you trying to say good and written in Hangul? Dakyong? Hey, you already paid?
Nah,
Oh.
I'm waiting for him to
So for those who don't know what Greek or Turkish coffee are,
From
you,
Georgia.
you know it's Greek or Turkish coffee when you've got those beautiful grounds at the bottom. Okay, Jakyung, I hope to see you again. I hope you subscribed and don't forget to hit the notice with people. I hope that by sharing my travel adventures and my lessons learned, your travel experiences can be even better because hopefully you'll come at it with better information.
Yeah, it does have a slight delay every once in a while.
That's that. Well, that would be why we don't have many views. Oh well. Our, I have to say, I get spoiled by Korea. Korea has fantastic internet, unfortunately, and I don't know if there's public Wi-Fi. Maybe there's public Wi-Fi in.
I'll just go up and pay.
Yeah, just go up and pay.
Just one pay.
Oh, okay, one moment.
Thank you.
Okay, we are about to set off now. We have finished our my double Greek coffee, so I'm energized for the rest of the year. And as I said, you know it's Greek or Turkish coffee if it's got all those beautiful grounds in the bottom. Of course, they call it Greek coffee. The Turks call it Turkish coffee. Considering that it came to this part of the world through the Ottoman Empire, it's Turkish coffee. So yeah, we're about to pay, and then we are going to set off through the Plaka, and we're going to head up to the Acropolis. And hopefully the internet will play ball with us, because right now it's not. Yeah. So like other lessons learned. If you are cruising into Piraeus, you could be closer or further from the metro stop. Yeah, so you could be closer or further from the metro stop. It is walkable, though. Even the furthest berthing is walkable. It was not a 40-minute walk. I think it took us 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
About that.
Yeah. And honestly, with traffic in Greece, it's probably going to take you just as much time to walk as it is to drive there. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, time to lock and load, as we say.
I got it.
Okay, perfect.
Off we go.
With my wounded finger. Okay.
Here we go. Straight to the first ruin.
Yes. Okay. Already, as I said, as I promised, everywhere you look in the Plaka, there are beautiful Greek ruins. What's one of the shameful things, one of the sad things about many of these buildings is that they were actually mostly perfectly preserved until about the 19th century, when they started using them for other purposes, like storing gunpowder in them. And then the gunpowder blew up, and then the buildings blew up. But most people imagine, so this is Hadrian's library, and this is actually,
This is where we saw the tortoise.
this is where we saw the tortoises. So this is included, and we need to get our Acropolis tickets, because this is included in your combo ticket for the Acropolis. And, most people don't think about places like this having, cities, ancient cities having libraries, but libraries have been around as long as there's been writing, as far as we can tell. Every great city in the ancient world had libraries. Unfortunately, when you store all of your writing in one place and it's written on papyrus or vellum and a fire happens, then you lose it all. That's a benefit of clay tablets as the first writing technology, actually. Let us know how the signal is, everyone. We, on our end, the screen looks clear, but we've had some real issues with internet connectivity and reception. When you look at sites like this, it can be really hard to ascertain what's what with all of the piles of seemingly haphazardly placed stones, which is why, having a good guide can actually really bring these sites to life.
It said the entrance is around.
Yeah, it said ticket office is around the corner, so we should go and purchase our combo ticket for the Acropolis. Of course, I'm already bracing myself for sticker shock on how much it's probably going to cost now to access the Acropolis. Oh my goodness, this trip has been filled with exorbitantly priced sites. 55 euros for Topkapi Palace, 30 euros for ancient cisterns in Istanbul, 25 euros for the Hagia Sophia. I haven't seen any kitties yet. Oh, we did. Well, we saw, yeah, but normally there are kitties here just lounging about on the stones. The difference there was a big difference in how the Greeks built their structures versus the Romans. The Romans used a brick and mortar as the foundation of their walls, and then they clad them in marble and other fine stones, whereas the Greeks just went whole hog, full massive stone.
Your sound and voice is good.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you for confirming. Sound and voice is good. What about the picture? Is it terribly pixelated? Just let us know.
Now it says the entrance is that way.
Well, no, it said ticket office was this way. We need tickets first. The tickets are only sold from one central location, as far as I know. Can they see those walls over there, the big, massive walls?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the massive walls of this library. Just imagine how huge this site was. And you look at this style of architecture and then you compare it to the way many modern libraries are built, and it just makes me sad. And yes, it is completely judgmental of modern architectural styles. For the most part, I detest them. No tortoises. There were tortoises the last time. The library tortoises. But also, I'm surprised there are no kitties just sunning. Oh, wait, they're Athenian kitties. They're probably still asleep. Pace of life is slower here. Right. So there is a very good reason why this site is a tourist mecca. And, yes, of course, we always recommend getting out of the tourist areas, but on the other hand, some of them you also need to see before you get out of them.
And just across the street is something else.
There were tortoises here too, I remember. I know that many people here in the Mediterranean grow very tired of all of their ancient sites, mostly because it prevents them from developing modern new buildings to live in. It is a bit of a conundrum as the population grows. Look down there. So libraries were not just a place where books were stored. It was also where lectures were held. The great philosophy of the philosophers of the ancient world, of the Hellenic world. Nope, it lied. But that's not surprising. Don't trust the signs in Greece. Someone referred to Turkey as being chaotic neutral, and I really think that Greece is also chaotic neutral. Yeah. They found so many stones. You can see down here, they've found so many pieces, and they just sort of end up putting them all in a square together, because maybe someday they'll be able to reassemble. They'll get the funding to actually rebuild. Do we finally have a kitty? Nope. We saw the most adorable little baby black and... No, I don't. I don't even know where you're looking. It doesn't matter.
Okay, see the triangular sign right there?
No.
Right there. That triangular sign.
Yes.
Look to the right. And forward like 6 feet.
Oh, I wasn't looking at all in the right spot. This morning we saw the most adorable little black and white kitten. Looked just like Chimi. Wow. I don't know if they can see how they've attempted to shore up this wall here with some of the most haphazard methods of shoring up an ancient building I can imagine. That does not instill me with great confidence.
Look, it's a pomegranate tree right there, too.
Oh yeah, look at that massive pomegranate tree. Oh yeah, those are some nice looking pomegranates. And it's a fig tree right behind it. Too bad you're not allowed to walk back there. Yeah, I always tell people, if you're in Greece or Turkey, don't buy figs. Just go find a fig tree. Except that's true, they're all picked clean. It's because all the fig sellers go and take the publicly accessible trees, harvest them, and sell them at like infinite profit.
Should we go up to the Acropolis instead?
Right, so up there, you can actually see the Acropolis from here, is in fact the Acropolis. And Acropolis literally means high city. And it is a feature of pretty much every ancient town or city across.
Koresa?
Koreso?
Koresa?
In Korean, in Hangul? Oh, Kurisov, meaning exactly. Therefore, or therefore. Yeah, that's a beautiful. I don't remember what that is.
Should be a sign someplace, I'm sure.
So, yes. Now, many of these buildings have been reconstructed. They very rarely survive, especially in this part of the world. That's what makes Pompeii and Herculaneum so amazing. They were buried under ash and preserved in time. Ooh. Acropolis kitty. Meow meow. Meow meow. Oh, bye bye. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Travel kitties. Bye bye. Doesn't even get a sign. It's probably because it's Byzantine. Greece seems to have forgotten about its Byzantine past. I don't know why. They focus very great deal of time, effort, and energy on promoting their great classical heritage, and their medieval heritage seems to be completely forgotten about. Even though the Eastern Roman Empire, i.e. Constantinople, was one of the glorious kingdoms for much of the Middle Ages. Oh yeah, it's a good view of this over here. Yeah. So funny story about, see those sculptures, focus on those friezes up there. So you see those friezes up there, the winged gods. Right. So they have survived intact because they have wings. And so when Christianity took over in these parts of the world, they didn't deface and destroy those idols because they just decided, everyone agreed together communally, collectively, that we would just view those gods as angels. Whereas the statues of the gods and goddesses that didn't have wings, they were defaced and destroyed as, part of the iconoclasm, the pagan iconoclasm that the Christians undertook when they went through their radical young religion phase. So yeah, thank goodness, because otherwise they would have been completely destroyed as well. Good times. Yeah, good morning to those just joining. If you have any questions about traveling in and around Greece or Turkey, the Mediterranean, travel in general, cruising, you can go ahead and pop them in the live chat. We are here in the Plaka right now. Oh, that's fun. Oh, an open air production of Medea. Nice. Nice, too bad. Well, that's something, that's a good tip. Okay, so handsome. Let's provide that tip for people not on a cruise. So if you are here and you are not on a cruise, they apparently offer open air performances of Medea in English, 9 p.m., which is which is pretty awesome. Wow, that's fantastic. That is that is awesome. Yeah, Medea is a horrible, horrible tragedy. A very disturbing tragedy, actually, about what happens when a man screws over a woman. Yeah, when a man betrays a woman entirely. Medea is the princess who helped Jason and the Argonauts actually get the golden fleece. And then he completely betrays her and casts her off. Good morning, ladies. No, thank you. He completely casts her off in favor of another princess and betrays her entirely. Yeah, I know. Well, that's a dead end. Well, that could be a dead end for any number of people. Yeah, I always this way. Just go this way. Yeah, we're just going to wander until we find what it is we're looking for. Remember, when traveling, part of the adventure is wandering blindly. At least that's my travel style.
You don't want to go up these stairs?
Do we? That's a good question. Sure.
These people are going that way.
Yeah. The stairs. Oh, I just love, this is a really beautiful, beautiful spot, very peaceful, a lovely courtyard with an ancient grove of grapevines, beautiful windows with their shutters, stone wall. Oh, lovely. Up we go.
Yes, very nice. These are layers, right? It's a heat.
And of course, traditional ancient Greek graffiti to give you some local flavor.
View is very nice. Can't get rid of the turtles from the library, though.
Maybe,
Like sacred or something.
I know, those were sacred tortoises.
Glad you have the mic. Let me know if you can hear me.
My cameraman is gasping for air.
He's sore from all the dancing.
Breathing is not something that comes naturally to him. Yes. All of the signs have been painted over by taggers. Nice. And, I mean, something is this way. Yeah, the Church of the Metamorphosis, right? I mean,
I think we go this way to get to.
we can, of course, go back down a little bit again. So in terms of history, you know, this part of the world has, as I said, has been occupied since the Neolithic era, with various waves of people coming in, invading and settling. And the most, you know, the Turks came in the 15th century, basically. But they didn't, you know, they didn't replace the Greek population. They just mixed in with them. Byzantine Church. So based on the architecture, this probably dates to the first millennium. This is what I mean. Brick and mortar stones with, Now over top of that would normally have been, was at one point, plaster and paint, but that has all worn away with time. I don't think. Ready to go up?
Really?
I'm pretty certain we have to go up.
What is wrong with this? Stay where I put you.
Pretty certain we have to go up. Yeah. Okay, up we go.
They're mostly summer. They probably already came down. You would see them all over the place too.
People who've decided these are their private sharing scooters. Ooh. Where does that go? Ooh, a beautiful calico baby. Good calico baby hunting. You have to show the back of calico baby. She's a pretty one. Look at her. Uh-oh, are you trying to get here? Oh, I think she wants us to pet her. She's on the other side of the fence, though. She's in prison. She's in kitty jail. It is. We'll go up this way. The nice thing about a site like the Acropolis is generally if you just keep going up, you'll be fine.
Yeah, but I think we need to go.
Ooh. Look up. Yeah. You can see why for literally millennia, humans decided it was a good idea to have a citadel on the top of this hill. Charming little homes that I'm pretty certain are now mostly Airbnbs. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The razor wire on the side of that one home is truly welcoming.
Yeah.
It really gives off the.
There's a path up there. I guess maybe we can get to it this way. I hope. Seems to go around the corner again.
We need to work off our tea and coffee.
Yes. Super
So cool. Duck. Oh, no, this goes back down.
Yeah, I think we have to go the other way.
Yeah.
People are coming up. Okay, must have to go the other way. We're not lost. We're exploring.
No, we're literally not lost because we know where we are.
You might. I have no clue where I am.
Come off it. Now, I always tell people to get off the beaten trail. And while there are many people beating this trail, it's definitely not the most direct way to anywhere.
Painted.
A little bit, yeah, ran out of paint and started with another color.
No, these are not friendly like Istanbul babies are. Yeah. Fig tree. Fig tree. Want to show them the figs. They're actually figs. I see figs. See, look, this is a fig tree and there are actual figs still on the fig tree.
very unripe figs.
Yeah, some mostly unripe. That one is actually probably ripe enough for me to eat. Oh, wait. Nope. Way too hard. Yep. Yeah, these are not ready to be eaten. I like unripe fruit, but that's beyond my level even. Yep. Okay. Yeah, if you're enjoying this morning, this brunch time jaunt about the Plaka in Athens, then don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about traveling, if there's something you spot that you want to look at more closely, just let us know in the live chat and we will go take a closer look. We are circuitously wending our way up to the Acropolis. Passing some homes that I'm confident are extremely expensive. For instance, go ahead and just take a peek in at this one. This is a beautiful home. Look at that, gorgeous. I wouldn't mind living here, even with all the tourists constantly streaming past every day. I think maybe we're supposed to go the other way. Guess I could look.
Now we get up here and we have to go around to that side of the place to get in.
Yeah. Oh, but you know what? So look here. What shocks me is when a property like this is allowed to just go completely derelict in a highly valuable neighborhood where this could be turned into a very high grossing bed and breakfast, for instance. But it's just being allowed to rot away. It's almost as though they don't even know who owns it, which actually that tracks with Greece being the chaotic neutral country that it is. No, we have to go all the way back down now. This is definitely...
Archaeological site.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, well,
Don't think they mean performance works.
I don't think so either. I was checking the map actually. Yeah, go show them around. Yeah, we basically want to go like through there.
Okay, we gotta go all the way down and around. Let's go.
Yep. Hello, dear viewers, fellow travelers. We are here in the Plaka, the old neighborhood that rings around the base of the Acropolis, the medieval neighborhood. And we are just meandering our way towards the actual entrance to the Acropolis. Now, travel tip, the tickets for the Acropolis actually come with access to multiple sites that are actually not connected in the Plaka neighborhood. So you will need a whole day to see everything, and very rarely do we ever get to all of the sites. And in fact, in the past, we have been able to use our tickets from past visits to get in. In fact, I think we still had some in our little binder we should have brought. We should have brought them and tried to use them from 13 years ago. I mean,
They may have just let us for sheer audacity.
Siri, exactly. Sheer audacity sometimes wins you big points. But this certainly looks like a very official access point over here. Now, we may have to hide you all in our satchel when we go through the turnstile because they don't like people using camera sticks here for whatever reason. I don't know what it is they think we're going to do that we wouldn't do without a camera stick, but just, yeah. So, yeah. But there is now in Athens, well, I guess it's not brand new because it's been here since 2013. There is a relatively new Acropolis museum that is amazing and absolutely worth a visit. A lot of the finds, the archaeological finds from the Acropolis, from previous Bronze Age and Archaic era structures are housed in the museum. So it's absolutely worth a visit.
I think this is the line to buy tickets.
Oh, du meine Güte. Okay. Well, let's hope so. You want to stand in line and I'll go find out? Sorry. Yes. It is. It is. And the office things are actually open, so I was worried that maybe it was only pre-purchased tickets or something like that.
Should we stop and restart until after we're through this line? Because otherwise we're just standing here for 20 minutes doing nothing.
I don't think it will take that long.
We're down to one viewer anyway.
Oh, we are? Okay. Well then, okay. So we're going to terminate the stream here and we're going to restart once we get our tickets and are through the other side. So if you have been watching this as a recording and you have any questions, pop them in the comments. Otherwise, I hope to see you all in about maybe 15, 20 minutes once we get through the other side. Otherwise, until next time, may your adventures be as unexpected and unplanned as ours have been.